grids for the finals. First one being the Bambino C50 New Era final. Max Gilman has pole position, 68 points out of a possible 68. 2 wins, pole position. Favourite for this race? Hard to tell. Grayson Wortley is alongside on the front row. If he stays in that position, he will be champion in this class for 2020. Austin Newstead and Harper Das, row 2. Jack Baker and Elliot Dimolo are on row number 3. Colby Patterson and Jacob Nairn are on row 4. Dax Farrer and Rhys David Richardson are on row 5. Austin Oman and Vesper Farrer are on row number 6. And there are 2 names I did not expect to see at this end of the grid. Morgan Weston and Marley Fisher, the 2 other competitors for the title at the start of the day, start on row 7 at the back of the grid. So a lot to do for them. Just going to see if we've had updated official points. Not quite. So we'll have to do this unofficially off the spreadsheet. But Grayson Wortley, 2/3 so far today, giving him 64 points. Austin Newstead, a 4th and a 3rd for him so far today. And Grayson Wortley then, so I'm just trying to work through the points at the moment in terms of what the gap is going to be. I think the gap would be, in fact it's going to be more than 9 points if Morgan Weston and Marley Fisher, let's just check what their scores were from heat number 2. So Grayson Wortley, as we state, has had 32 points. Morgan Weston and Marley Fisher scored 0, so as DNSs. Of course, yes, because this was the race that was red flagged and obviously restarted, and Weston and Fisher did not take those starts, so scored 0 points. So, I mean, they're still going to have a battle over who finishes second in the title race, but Grayson Wortley, you'd imagine, if he can just get round lap number 1, will be your champion. We hope for his sake that that is the case. So 539 points is what Grayson Wortley is on. Doesn't mean I think Austin Newstead has hopped up into 2nd place in this. 2nd place last time around, 4th in heat number 1. Yeah, does mean he's on 515 ahead of Weston and Fisher. So in fact, actually, just as I'm running through the points, the closest challenge to Wortley is our pole sitter, who is now 2nd in the championship, if I've got my maths and my sums right. 12 points is the gap. So Max Gilman just has to go for it in this one. If he takes the win, it's a clean sweep. It's a very nice trophy to go home with this evening from Shenington, and if something were to happen to Grayson Wortley, it might be a little bit more. Karts heading out on circuit then. Remember, this is the last time in the championship that we will see our Coma C50 New Era class. It's not the last time that they'll race this year, though, because, of course, they'll be there at the O-Plate, the SuperOne BKC O-Plate, held on the 19th and 20th of September up at Rowrah. Beautiful part of the world up there in Cumbria. If you've not got your entries in already, superone.alphatiming.co.uk/register/series. All the details are on there. We say from the Rock classes, minis, juniors and seniors there. Rotaxes as well, minis, juniors and seniors, Honda Cadets, all of our Bambino classes in Iami and Coma C50, and the Rotax 177s as well. So do head across to the website, get signed up for what should be a fantastic event. We were chatting with John Hoyle about it yesterday. Very excited ahead of that one. Grid being cleared then for this final for the New Era Coma C50s. Eyes on the lights. Max Gilman looking to make it 3 out of 3. Grayson Wortley looking to be champion. Away they go then. And side by side, first and second, it's a very good start from both of them. And in the end, Gilman slots into the lead, Wortley in second place. Now at the moment, that's all Wortley needs to do. He doesn't need to take the lead. If he sits there for the next 10 minutes or so, he will be champion. But here we go down into the Stratford hairpin, and once again Austin Newstead is getting involved. Oh, going for the lead and spins Max Gilman. Oh, Max Gilman goes round and everybody takes avoiding action. The number 24 has spun there. Colby Patterson, and there's more drivers off. And I think is that... Oh, that's Grayson Wortley. Oh, the championship leader's in trouble. Now, if he can get going again, he could still be champion. But the number 70, the card that we've been looking out for, has run into trouble down at the Stratford hairpin. I mean, this race in terms of the victory has been blown open now. I think it's Jack Baker who's going to come round to lead at the end of lap 1. Jack's kept himself out of trouble really well there. But where does Grayson Wortley finish now? This is real drama, real drama. Jacob Nairn is there in second place as well. Morgan Weston will not believe this now, because having had the retirement, the DNS, from the race earlier in the day, heat number 2, he now sits in third place. If he'd been able to score in heat number 2, he'd now be surely in a championship winning position. The trouble is, he's not in a championship winning position. Unless Grayson Wortley, is Grayson Wortley running again? That is the key thing. If he's running, he's scoring points. So third at the moment for Morgan Weston would put him on to 564. Grayson Wortley's still not come over the line. He did take the start. Question is there significant damage to the kart? Harper Das is down in the pit lane in just below my window here. So he's out of the race. There's the number 70. It's out the race now. Oh, let's get the rule book out now, because if that's classified as a 13th place finish, that'll be 585 points for Grayson Wortley. Max Gilman is still running, but in 8th place. If Max Gilman somehow can come through to win this race, by my calculations, he will be champion by 2 points, but only if he wins the race. 7 minutes for the Bambino C50 New Era final to decide in quite dramatic fashion who wins this title. Morgan Weston still there in third place. Jack Baker doing a brilliant job though, still leading this race and looking comfortable. Weston through into second now, has got past Jacob Nairn. You can see that. Elliot Dimolo had his best result in heat number 2. Well, he could be beating it again in the final, up there in 4th place. Just keeping an eye out. Where is Max Gilman in all of this? That's the key card that we need to be looking at now. The number 50 is up to 7th. That will put him on 579. Of course, this is all provisional, of course, ladies and gentlemen. Little head nod there from Jack Baker to Morgan Weston. Morgan Weston takes the lead then on lap number 4. Improves his score to 568 as Baker tries to fight back there, but in the end just slots into second place. Austin Newstead, I think, also got caught up in the first lap incident as well. So I think that's ruled him out of any chance of taking the title. In fact, there is Newstead and is in trouble with the number 24 of Colby Patterson. 2 karts have been released now and the race continues. Five and a half minutes to go. Still Jack Baker giving it a good go here against Morgan Weston. He's not letting him gallop off down the road. third place battle is good as well. Elliot Dimolo just behind there with Jacob Nairn. Could the 71 get a podium in this race? That would be a fantastic result for Elliot and his dad Sam. 5 minutes of this final race of the season for the Bambino C50 New Eras. If you're just joining us, we've had drama here at Shenington. Championship leader Grayson Wortley. I've got someone going to run and find out what the point situation will be. I think, having taken the start, change for the lead though. Jack Baker to the front ahead of Morgan Weston. Grayson Wortley did take the start. It's classified as a retirement, but will still score some points of some value, and it might just be enough to hold on to the championship lead. However, Max Gilman is continuing to come up through the field. He's now up to 6th place. Is short, by my calculations, by 5 points of the championship win. Morgan Weston now looking down the inside again of Jack Baker. Oh, overcooks it a little bit and is going to be vulnerable to Elliot Dimolo as they come off the Stratford hairpin. Dimolo going for 2nd place then as they run towards the Bruno chicane. Side by side, it's going to be on the outside for the slight left-hander. Good defensive work there from Morgan Weston, and they carry on as they are, and Jacob Nairn is still there in 4th. Three minutes 30, just had it confirmed that even with a DNF, Grayson Wortley will effectively score points for 13th place finish. It's not taking the start that rules you out of scoring points if you are attending on site, and that's what happened, of course, to Morgan Weston in the 2nd race of the day. And Marley Fisher, unfortunately, is not running in this race either. I do hope that Marley's okay. As here comes Elliot Dimolo, looking for 2nd place now to get past Morgan Weston. Trying to go down the inside, and a little bit of a correction there, and it's through. Elliot Dimolo, this is brilliant. Let's say, I do know his dad. His dad's a good guy, and he will be beaming at this as Elliot Dimolo continues to progress at quite a rate here in Bambino C50. Oh, there's a wheel. Where's that come from? Where has that come from? Who's it come off? It's not off Dimolo. Where has that come from? Errant wheel on circuit, but no kart to account for it. What is this final? This is one of the most crazy races I've commentated on all year. Jack Baker still lead. Is it Morgan Weston? Morgan Weston is falling down the order. I thought I saw the golden helmet pass by. I'm not seeing it pass by our commentary box window though. I think it's Morgan Weston. Morgan Weston has 3 wheels on his kart and unfortunately is out there somewhere on the circuit. But again, interestingly what that does, Max Gilman is now up to 3rd and is only 2 points behind. And I'm now looking at finals results. This could be decided on finals results countback. It is that close. And look, there it is. Max Gilman is going through past Elliot Dimolo. There's a yellow flag out, so he's going to have to back off there for wherever Morgan Weston's kart. There it is. There it is. Off the road. And round the outside now. Max Gilman going for 2nd place. And if he can take it, this would put the 2 championship leaders on equal points, 585 by my calculations. 1 minute, 2.4 seconds is the gap. If Max Gilman can take that position away from Jack Baker, I reckon that makes him champion. In the most extraordinary turn of events I think I've seen in a long, long while. This class was the closest going into today on points, and we knew it was going to be good. I did not expect it to be like this, though. The magic of Shenington striking again. What's the pace like? Is Gilman closing in? 4/10 in the first sector. it's going to be too close to call. I'm just looking at the final results again, because Gilman hasn't had a finals victory this year. Grayson Wortley also hasn't had a finals victory this year. Wortley's results have been a 6th, a 4th, a 5th and a 2nd yesterday. Gilman, his results have been a 4th, a 3rd, a 2nd. He might already have this. This might be going to Max Gilman as it is on countback. 2 second places in finals, virtue of 1 for Wortley yesterday in round number 4. We're not going to be able to call it, ladies and gentlemen. It is that close, and it's, of course, going to go down to provisional results and all the rest of it. But saying that, Gilman is closing. He really is closing. Is he going to have a shot down into the final couple of corners? 1.5 seconds was the gap last time around, but here comes Max Gilman. The championship is there. It's within his grasp. The number 17, it might already be in his hands on countback. We just don't know at this stage. Round the final corner. What a race win this has been. Or is it going to be? Because it's still very close to the line. It's side by side over the line. Is Gilman going to take it? Oh no, he doesn't on the line. Jack Baker, what a drive from the number 17. Wins it. No, we're on the last lap. Apologies, I got ahead of myself. This is the last lap. This is the last lap. So now Gilman really has a shot of taking this title. They're looking at each other as they go down to the Stratford hairpin. Gilman's down the inside for the move for the championship. He's got it. He's through. But he's now overshot a little bit, but got the run off the Stratford hairpin. Max Gilman, if we're correct here in saying that this is going to be, with this hat-trick of wins today, enough to win the title by 2 points. This should be one of the most remarkable championship finishes in a truly remarkable year that I have ever seen. Max Gilman, from pole position, was involved in an incident on lap 1. If it's for the championship or not, we'll wait and see. But what a race victory. Max Gilman takes it on the line. Jack Baker delighted with 2nd, and Elliot Dimolo gets 3rd. A first ever podium. His dad is running across, absolutely delighted. A best ever result for Dimolo on the podium. But what about this driver here? Max Gilman, by our calculations, from nowhere, at the start of the day, has won all 3 races and potentially the championship. Have you ever seen anything like this? Jack Baker takes 2nd place. First time on the podium since heat number 2 of round 2 at Wilton Mill. First time on the podium in a final all year. And Elliot Dimolo, the novice, finishes in 3rd. Wow. There's a fist bump there for Max. I don't think he, well, I know he's very, very happy that he's won the race. But I don't know if he knows the potential even bigger ramifications of that result, which is still provisional. I will very, very much stress that. Apologies for getting a little bit ahead of myself in terms of where the last lap was. But a delighted Max Gilman has taken a hat-trick of victories today and potentially the championship. We wait and see. As soon as we know, we will let you know.